Hello again, everybody. So today we're back again with another little clip for VATSIM. So today we're going to be looking at setting up Vpilot and getting connected to the network. So first of all, make sure that you run Vpilot as an administrator. So I just go to properties and I make it run as administrator every time. Otherwise, you can just right click on it and run as administrator like that single time. But I like to set it so that it automatically does because I forget. So anyways, if you don't run it as administrator, it will, the audio might not work and stuff. So I've had times where I connect to the network and I try to get a hold of control, but no one can hear me, and they don't even realize that I'm trying to get a hold of them because my audio is not working because it's not running as administrator. So first of all, when you open Vpilot, it's going to look similar to this, except you're going to have an opening screen, and I'll show you what that looks like. So first of all, when you open it up, your screen is going to look like this. All the boxes are going to be empty, including the server. So enter your ID, your password, your full name that you entered to sign up, your home airport, and then your VATSIM server to connect to, and connect the server that you are located the closest to with your computer. And then after you do that, hit apply. Then you can go to notifications. I have all of these selected just so that if anything changes, anybody sends me a message, I get notified. And then here you can change your font, your text. Here's your audio devices. Your mic volume, you want to put your mic volume somewhere. My particular mic I have to have up pretty high. We're going to drop it down just a little bit. Okay, right there about. Okay. But you want your mic volume to enter about in the green zone here so that it doesn't blow the controller's ears out. And then your output volume, that's just for you listening. After that, hit apply, and then your push to talk key. Mine's just the number 9 on my keyboard. Model matching's pretty easy. When you start up your Vpilot client, it will automatically scan for all the aircraft in your flight simulator, any third-party downloads, any payware downloads, or just default. And you can scan it on here and you can mess with model matching and stuff on here if you want, but for the most part it'll just do it automatically. So here I have both of them. I have Microsoft Flight Simulator and FSX, so they both show up in here, and it's basically the same thing. It does the scan by itself. So performance, you'll never see 999 aircraft at one time, so you don't have to worry about that. If you only want, if you want it super realistic and not see any aircraft beyond like 3 nautical miles or something, you can do that too. And here's updates. I have this checked. It automatically checks for updates when I start the client up, and then it'll pop up and tell me there's an update available, and then I click download, and you never have to go to the browser or anything. It just automatically downloads it. And then miscellaneous, you can automatically squawk mode C on takeoff. I don't, just to keep it a little more realistic. I have to manually do that, but make sure you do that, otherwise the controllers will remind you. Keep window visible, I have that for full screen mode. So anyways, hit apply. After you do all of that, you are ready to connect. So I will be back as soon as we get our flight simulator up and running. Okay, so we are connected to the flight simulator now. And so what we're going to do now, okay, I'm sitting here at Houston Hobby Airport. And so we're going to connect, we're going to put in, we're just going to go OBS1, and that's going to stand for like observer. And so connect in shared cockpit mode, observer mode. Do this first of all, connect as an observer, and then they won't be able to see your aircraft. Anyways, so after you do that, okay, so Houston Center, I just ended up flying into Houston, so 134.425. And I used the new flight simulator, so my controls, I'm still getting back to the FSX controls. It messes me up so much when I do a flight in FS 2020 and then I do a
Okay, direct data to
oh, here we
Vpilot
go.
Center.
Okay, so first of all, just connect as an observer and connect to the frequency. What I did is in my COM1 frequency, I put in 134.425 for Houston Center, which in COM it's only 134.42. But anyways, now you can sit and you can listen to anybody you want to here. So we'll see who all is connected.
Good afternoon, this is Southwest 3013 with you, flight level 180.
Southwest 3013 Houston Center, squawk 2505.
Okay, so on here it doesn't even show us.
Southwest 3013.
Okay, on here it doesn't even show us on the map, but Houston Center's online here, and we can see other airplanes in the area. So November 318 Sierra Tango is over here. November 422 Alpha Kilo over here, United Airlines 832 over here. So anyways, that's who Houston Center is talking to. And all this other area up here, they're all on Unicom. They're not online. It's only these places with the circles and the highlighted airport codes. So for flight planning,
Southwest 3013, got your radar contact, altitude indicates flight level 180, 63 miles north of Swizzy intersection.
Okay, we're going to disconnect for now. So flight plan, you can select IFR, VFR, special VFR, whatever. Departure airport, destination airport, alternate airport, departure time, all this information. Here's your flight planning. Here's your whole route, and I will show you the flight planning software that I use. It's completely free, no problems. Hold on. Okay, I got a phone call there, so that's why that was a little bit confusing. Anyway, so you can manually file this out, or you can do what I do, and I will show you what that is that I do. First of all, open your browser, like always. Come over to simbrief.com. And come over to register, create an account, come down to register now, fill out the information. Once you're registered, come over to your dispatch system. Once you're in your dispatch system, click create new flight. So basically all the information you're going to have to fill out here is the airline, so Delta Airlines, flight number 1356, whatever. So you have to put your airline in here, your flight number, your departure, and your arrival, and it will automatically generate your alternate airport, and your date is automatically whatever current date and time that you have, plus like 45 minutes or a half hour. The only thing I mess with over here is reserve fuel, and I typically get that down to like 60 minutes at least. Your airframe, so earlier I flew the A320. A lot of times I fly the Boeing 737, which is down here. So basically fill that information out, and then everything else will get generated by itself. And then after you do that, you're going to want to generate the flight plan, and then we'll be at the briefing here in a second. Okay, so here is the briefing of this flight plan. So here's all my information. Here's my route, and I typically just copy and paste this into, well, I fly for a virtual airline, so I copy and paste it into there for the route. But here's all your flight plan information in writing. Download it for FS 2020 or FSX or whichever other airplane you have. If you're flying PMDG, even if it's an FSX, you're going to want to download the PMDG flight plan and then load it into your aircraft that way. And for me, I have Quality Wings and PMDG and a couple others, so for Quality Wings it would be the same thing. Download it, put it into your FMC with that. And then you can download it for Vpilot, but the easier way to do this is go to VATSIM and Prefile. So click Prefile on that. It will bring you down to this Prefile page. All your information's up in there. File flight plan. And I just filed the flight plan, which I shouldn't have, but I did. Anyways, because I'm not going to be flying it right now. Anyway, so now the flight plan's filed, and all you have to do now is once you have it loaded into your aircraft and into, Like if you're just flying with a default airplane in FSX, then by all means just download the FSX flight plan, and don't download the one with no SIDS and no stars, just the regular one with the SIDS and stars downloaded. And then you can load your flight plan that way. Anyways, and then make sure you look at how much fuel you'll be carrying, because if you're flying like a 747 and you have the thing fully loaded, that's not going to work out very well. So make sure you carry this amount of fuel, and it's really accurate, so it'll get you right to that point or whatever within a couple pounds. Anyways, so we'll go back to the simulator. Okay, so we have Vpilot open, and we're going to connect as Delta Airlines 8874. Make sure your call sign is correct and your type code is correct. And I think the plan we filed is actually for the A320, so we're just going to collect it that way. So here in connect in shared cockpit mode or observer mode, don't connect, or words, difficult. Anyways, don't check that, uncheck that, and then connect. And now go to flight plan, and now go fetch from server. And now my flight plan is successfully fetched, and then all this information will be filled out for you. Then all you have to do is file flight plan, and then on here it will tell you that it's filed. So that is basically how you set up Vpilot with the simulator and how you file a flight plan. So on here, yeah, for Microsoft Flight Simulator, so here's my icon for the Flight Simulator to open it. But if you want to fly it with Vpilot, if you want to fly it on VATSIM, you're going to have to connect it with FSUIPC 7, and that's what this icon over here is. So when you click that, this is what it's going to show up as. It's not going to be the normal screen. This is going to be the FSUIPC loading screen. Anyways, so then once you start it up, you can connect your Vpilot, and it should connect up and be all ready to go exactly the same way as FSX, except, yeah, it should be able to go exactly the same as FSX. Make sure that it's being run as administrator still, because with both simulators, you're going to need that in order for the audio to work. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day.